Yo! Here we are. Let's go. We live.
We're live.
Great success.
Yes, yes. So,
I wasn't looking at the notes as you counted down, which is a new problem.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just sitting here looking at the Discord meeting.
It's okay, you were just kind of like decompressing after work.
I mean, they're open. I just wasn't looking at them.
Meh.
Okay. Yes. Let's get started.
Let's get
Last
it
week-
started.
Gonna put that into the Roll20. Last week we started as you all woke up at the Rose in the morning. Eli predictably heading out to the Church of Artificers to continue being fixed by Mr. Nicole Black. And the other 5 of you, there's 5. The other 5 of you departed in your own directions. Gira and Galeen headed back out to the Hot Bottom Sisters to speak with them. The Hot Bottom, they don't know anything about the Stauntons, the noble family noble family of 1 now, that you are. Oh my god. I can't stop burping. Ugh. Excuse
yeah,
me.
Molly.
The noble family of 1, who you're trying to investigate, but mentioned the underseller to the 2 of you, saying that the guild, the inner city group of thieves organization, operate out of the underseller and might be able to get some information from there. They also don't know any Tritons or knew any Tritons very closely, but advises Galeen to maybe go down to the docks and speak with some people there. Z and Haskell, after an awkward breakfast, head out to the sea tower to go get some information that Z requested the day prior. You all end up speaking with Alder Ravengard, the leader of the Flaming Fist Mercenary Company and a Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate, who seemed to want to hear from you guys because he got the note from Kregas. But in the end, ended up dismissing your worries about cult activity and danger in Baldur's Gate, advising you if you get proof of misconduct in his city, you can always come back to the sea tower, but otherwise says he can't do much about it. But he does hook you up with a way in to look into logs of people who have passed through the city, to hopefully maybe find some information about Galeen's parents. At the same time, Alba follows in Eli's footsteps a few hours later and spends her day in the museum right across from the church and takes a tour and then wanders around by herself looking at the mechanical wonders of Baldur's Gate. Gira, Galeen, Z, and Haskell end up meeting back up at Bori Brightwood's house, who gives you all a location to the underseller. Doesn't really explain why he knows this, and gives Z some more ideas about what perhaps the problem with Lord Staunton is. And so you all head out and meet back up with Elba and Eli, and the 6 of you now together again go to the entrance of the underseller, and after a well executed distraction in the middle of the day in the wide Baldur's Gate, the 6 of you get down into the tunnels. You meet 2 people who seem to be guarding the entrance, at least this entrance, and manage to get in under the premise that someone named Poppy doesn't want you going back out in broad daylight and to avoid you all getting spotted, just in case you got spotted before too. And so you all went into this main tavern area, the undercellar, knowing you're gonna get kicked out come sundown, and you all sat down at a table together, and you left off as Galeen and Z were starting to head out to speak with some people around the bar to maybe get some information about if anybody's cased the Staunton Manor or if they know anything. And so as the two of you, I think Z planning to be moral support more than anything, not quite in his comfort zone. You are currently seated at a table that's like up against a stone pillar, and you're pretty much surrounded by other tables, except for on one side where the wall is on behind you. And there are a good amount of people here. There are some tables with like 2 people. There's one with 3, and then there's quite a few with just 1 person sitting at them, just minding their own business. Not sure exactly how you want to go about this.
All right.
Shoot.
More people, more information, but
Yeah.
it'll be easier to approach someone who's
Is there anybody kind of sitting by themselves?
Yes, there are quite a few people. There's like 1, 2,
All the
3,
corner
4.
tables are taken.
Yes, absolutely. All the corner tables are taken. There's like 3, if I'm counting correctly, 3 tables. Where there's just like 1 person sitting alone, either drinking something or just brooding in the corner.
The bar's in the shape of the famous rogue cathedral. It only has corners. There's nothing but corner tables.
So what do you think? Talk with groups or just single people first?
Ollie, is there
Yeah.
anyone who sort of has that aura about them that tells me there might be a little bit rougher than the rest? Maybe like higher up in an organization sort of thing?
Give me either a perception or an insight check.
I'll go with insight because I feel that's
take
more,
either.
more applicable in this case. What a solid double 10.
Yeah. Yeah, you look around, just like standing up from this table. You're still surrounded by your companions, so a lot of you can still interject on this conversation. But as you're like standing up, Z, you take a moment to look around. Most of the people here are kind of wearing like dark clothes with like cloaks, and several of the people in the corners have their like hoods pulled up. It's kind of hard to tell who might be more important. You get the sense that if there's 3 criminals sitting together, maybe they have some connections. And they're also sitting in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I'll sort of nod at Galeen towards the table. Go for the more people. We'll end up being faster, I think.
Alright, I'm gonna turn to Gira and be like, alright, I don't want you to take offense to this, but you're a little bit better at knowing criminals than I do. How should we play this?
I mean, it's usually best to be forward with coin, because everybody down here doesn't have a lot of it or runs through it very quickly, so they will pretty much do anything for money would probably be your best bet. From what I understand, there's not much honor among the thieves in the city, so whatever makes them the most money is what they're most willing to do.
Okay. I just didn't anticipate it'd be that simple, but makes sense. Okay, let's go. And I will head towards the middle. And
I'll follow
it's
into.
three gentlemen.
It's 2 gentlemen and a lady.
Ooh, a lady. Okay, cool. Cool. Then I'll just walk up to them and is there like any spots of like sitting available next to them, like in
Yeah.
this area?
Yeah, there's one open seat.
One open seat. Okay, gotcha.
It will fit
I'm
4.
okay. I am just gonna say, is this seat taken?
And Z, are you following Galeen?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the sort of bodyguard stands behind her, where it's like, you just put your hands together in front of your lap, and it's just that stand slightly menacing, but not quite, as you just, look around, make sure that no one's trying to stab your companion.
Are you trying to be intimidating?
No,
Me? No. Oh,
No.
gotcha.
Him.
No,
Yeah.
not particular. Just
Okay.
not necessarily intimidating, but definitely not trying to appear or not being discreet about being on guard, sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, the 2 of you, the table that these 2 are sitting at aren't that far away from your table. This is a relatively smaller size room. Like, it's probably like 15, 20 feet away from your table. And as you walk up, Galeen, and ask if you can sit, I believe you said. Is this seat taken?
I believe that was what she said.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
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 The 3 look up at you, and they all have like mugs next to them, and looked like they were playing some game with like dice. And they look up at you, and one of the people, one of the gentlemen, very obviously gives you like a once over, and he looks up at you and he gives you a smile, and he says, "We're in the middle of a game, but sure, if you want to sit and your friend wants to pull up a chair."
Sure. And I'll take a seat.
I'll stand if that's all right.
Yeah, all 3 of them, as you refuse to sit, Z, also look at you, and you see they also kind of like eye you up, before just turning to Galeen, and glancing at her, and then they start to go back to playing their game of dice. And the person who greeted you, Galeen, says, "And what can I do for a fine young woman like yourself?"
I'm okay, sorry. Out of character. I was like preparing to do a little bit of small talk, but when when you start off with, "Hey, what do you want?" I mean, I guess I can just get right to it. I'm just gonna say, what do you know about, how do you say it?
Staunton?
The Staunton. There we go.
Staunton.
I'm just gonna come out and just say, are you familiar with the Staunton family house?
Yeah, is there, uh, yes, that name.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't, yeah, that's what I couldn't remember the.
Yep. His token is on the splash screen if you need to reference it. It's this one. But yes, they go back to playing dice. And you say, "What do you know about the Staunton family house?" The one of them looks up at you, and gives you a little bit of a weird look. And she says, "Are you new around here?"
A bit.
She like nods. And she says, well, better to know before you go poking your nose in things. We've been told to back off from that place, and so, just probably don't try and get in there.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and I'll just go ahead and start I'll just drop down like 2 gold pieces. And I'll just say, I mean, I know that you've been told not to poke around there, but I'm sure you have something that could be told.
You see the 3 of them look between each other and then at the 2 gold pieces. And you see the guy who greeted you at first, like puts down like the die he was holding and like looks at you, and he says, "Well, I don't know. We can't really split 2 between 3. You know."
Fair. And I'll pull out another one.
And he smiles, and reaches over and like pushes the pile of coins to their side of the table.
You'll see me pull from one area, 2 of them, and then a completely different area for the other one because my gold is still scattered.
Yeah. And he says, well, I don't know a lot. I have been keeping my nose out of it, and he kind of like puts his hands up, like I'm innocent. I've been keeping my nose out of it because I've been told not to go in there, and if you don't listen, the people in charge around here, then you won't have much to listen to after that. But I do know the Fletcher's got a particular interest in that guy.
In what way?
He shrugs a little, and the other guy speaks up. He says, I mean, it could be a job, or just an easy target. He's a nobleman. He has a lot of money.
Out of character question.
Yeah.
Have we heard about the Fletchers before?
Give me a history check? You might have.
Sure.
You haven't while you've been in Baldur's Gate.
And just to verify, the Thatcher is a kingpin in the organization, but the Fletchers are the ones that are interested in it.
No, the Fetch.
Oh.
I did say Fetcher. Did I say Fletcher? I might have.
I might have misunderstood.
Fetcher.
Yeah.
Fetchers. Okay.
So the kingpin himself is interested in him.
Yes. And with a 19, Z, you would know this information. You might have at one point during your actual career as a cop, gotten somehow involved with these people. But the Fetcher is a kingpin in Baldur's Gate. Is in charge, or one of the people in charge of the guild that operates throughout the inner city.
Okay. Gotcha. God, I have no way of relaying this information to Galeen. Yeah.
Galeen knows who Thatcher is.
Yes?
Yeah. She was there with Gira when he got the information about the kingpin.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
This is
right.
what the Hot
Okay,
Bottom's
got
talking
it.
about.
Got it.
Which technically I would have told everybody as well. The information that I got from the Hot Bottom.
Okay. Hold on, I'm lost for a second. Okay.
They essentially just told us that the Kingpin is interested in
the Stauntons.
In the Stauntons.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to gather my knowledge of what's going on with whom.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Okay. Out of character. I don't know what other questions I should ask.
You could ask. Oh God, I'm like also blanking. Like any question that I want to ask, I wouldn't ask these guys, or I
Right.
know that these guys won't answer. But like, we probably need to either talk to or spy on Fletcher. Um, we're gonna want to know why they're interested in Staunton beyond just it's a nobleman.
Right. In the last session, did we know where he is?
Where whom is?
The Fetchman. I assume.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Okay.
But you know the guild operates out of the Undercell.
I just don't know that I feel asking them. That question.
Mm-hmm.
Well then I'll just ask what other information do you by chance have regarding the Staunton family?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any information?
They like go back to like playing their game, and the lady says, well, other than what's been in the news, can't give away all our secrets.
In the news?
In the paper.
The new
You know, all
lord.
the stuff about Beltegar Staunton and him going crazy. It's been in the news.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I didn't know that was being reported as news. I say that like not like sarcastically or anything, but just kind of like interesting that would be like the latest news in the paper. Odd that you would report that, but I mean whatever.
Yeah. One of the other guys speaks up. Go ahead.
Sorry, to see this is no news because he's been poring over those newspapers for the better part of a day. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the other guy speaks up, and he's like, Lydia, you over exaggerate it. It's not everywhere, and they don't call him crazy, but they might as well."
Maybe I'm not understanding. Why is it important that it's in the news? Just curious. Is it because of...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think it's mostly just the fact that 2 patriarchs died within the past few months. That doesn't happen very often. At least not of them dying from something other than old age.
How did they die?
Well, according to people, let me double check if I'm remembering which one is correct. According to the people reporting on it, 2 Stauntons double-crossed someone they shouldn't have, and paid the price. It could have been someone in the guild, but also could have probably been some merchant they were working with.
What do you think?
Like, he looks at you, and like picks up one of the gold coins and slips it into his coat.
Good talk. I'm not gonna pay you to ask again what he thinks because I don't care that much. I was just curious what he thinks. Thought maybe he would have some inside information.
I'll put another gold coin on the table, sort of leaning over Galeen, and just ask. That kind of hit doesn't really go unnoticed. All by the news. Imagine not around these circles either. I'm sure someone's claimed. It's not honor the word that I'm looking for.
Responsibility?
No.
Oh.
When you get a kill, you claim glory for it. Essentially.
Oh.
Glory. Probably.
Glory.
It doesn't matter.
Sure.
I'm sure.
I can't think of it.
Somebody's
Regret.
claimed the kill for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he slides the coin across the table, towards like the other ones that haven't been picked up yet, and they like nod along with you, and say, well, you know, you always get the thieves who think they can get away with claiming someone else's prize, so it's hard to know who really did it. And then the lady speaks up, and she says, I've heard that people are talking about it was the fetcher himself, but, you know, usually they don't go and do the dirty work, so could have been someone working under him, but, yeah, I still don't really believe it. Sure, they've taken out patriarchs in the past, but not just some random patriarch family, usually, unless they want something from them. But I don't think the Stauntons have anything special. And the other two like shake their head like, I don't know.
Can you recall the last time that may have happened?
The last time they killed a patriarch?
Yeah.
Oh, well. We look thoughtful. And eventually, one of the people, the person who greeted you, speaks up and says, I think it was the whiskey lady about 6-7 years ago. Do you remember that? And the other guy's like, yeah, it was somebody in the Temples district. I think they were the, like, main pastor in one of the churches up there. I can't recall what exactly they were looking to accomplish. I think she just wanted to you know, both take what he had as a priest and also make sure people knew she was still there. Because back then, you know, she was getting a little bit of flack.
Okay. Out of character, I just wanted to like compare it to like why that happened last time, to maybe think of what could be happening this time. I don't know.
Yeah, and the lady adds on, but it wasn't like 2 people she killed. 2 people is a big hit, especially 2 patriarchs in the same family.
Right.
Can't imagine.
And there are. Go ahead.
Can't imagine the cost for getting the watch to cooperate on that one.
Yeah, they shrug, and they're like, yeah, no, I don't know how they haven't gotten caught unless they've managed to pay off the watch, which, I mean, if they killed 2 patriarchs, I'm sure they have the money. but you know, it's usually not just about the money, unless they really need money. But if it was a kingpin, it shouldn't.
Interesting. I don't have any other questions. We got a lot of information from them.
Yeah, I don't think. Guys, out of character, anyone got any questions? We might. It might be.
Ask how you can get an audience with Pocky.
With
Poppy?
Pocky?
Is
Poppy.
it Poppy or Pocky?
Poppy.
Poppy.
Like the
Poppy?
League of Legends champion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Oh.
she's literally actually going to be useful.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like she's the only person of interest actually here. So just like ask like, hey, what do I got to do to ask these questions to Poppy?
Okay, cool. I'll ask that. Well, what gotta do to see this Poppy bitch?
Whoa.
Just kidding. I didn't say that in character. It's not how I said it.
Actually,
Hmm.
if it's all right, I think Z would like having on
ahead.
that response go like, right. Well, we're looking to make sure we're keeping everything on the books and give it like do like a wink. So we don't want to step on anyone else's toes. Reckon is anyone in particular we should talk to? We've been told no, we didn't have too long staying here. We heard Poppy was a name that has some weight around here.
Yeah, they nod and say, yeah, Poppy is sort of in charge of this section of the Underseller. She's pretty close to Fetcher, actually, if I remember correctly. The other one, like, nods. They go, yep, that's what I thought. I don't know if you could talk to her, though. I don't know where she is right now.
Well, if you ever find her, come across her by any chance, let her know. And saying that, I'm gonna put 2 more coins on the table, sort of to even everything out, so that it's like 2 coins
Yeah.
for each of them.
Cool. I was gonna do that, but you beat me to it.
Yeah,
Treat yourself to a drink on my end.
they look at the coin, and like here, that's like 10 drinks. Probably more. And they nod, and one of the guys says, I mean, she's probably around if you talk to maybe the barkeep, they might know. You won't be able to do it for free. Can't just talk to Poppy Cats.
Also, just side note, I love how everybody walked into the bar and was like, who should we talk to? Maybe these guys at this table, and nobody even thought about asking the fucking barkeep.
Barkeep.
Yeah,
Like,
I did not.
That should
Like,
be
that
the
should have been
first person always.
that, yeah, exactly.
I
Didn't
like to
even
point
think
out
about
that
it.
I talked to the barkeep and asked the barkeep to thank Poppy
Yeah.
for us and for hopes of getting an audience. But the barkeep literally didn't say a single word the entire
Oh, that's
time.
true.
Yep.
That's right.
Hence why Kira suggested we all go to the different tables.
Yeah,
Yup.
I remember that now.
They
You're right.
nodded.
And I'll just say, thanks so much for your assistance. You've been very helpful.
Yeah, they nod. And one of them says, no problem. Not with how cooperative you've been. If you're ever bored down here, come join us for a game of dice sometime.
Will
Or
do. Thank you. I love dice. Are we playing D&D in D&D? Oh my god.
Yeah,
the
you
meta.
see they have like here.
Oh my god. Cool. I guess we should head back to the group
Yeah.
and relay all of our information.
Yeah. We'll head back to the table and sort of. At least Z is sort of doing it more casually, sort of like, okay, we're done talking, let's go back to the drinks, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll relay what we've learned. It's like,
Yep.
so
Mm-hmm.
we really need to either talk to Poppy or the Fetcher himself.
I don't know that we're gonna get an audience with him.
No, either of them.
Yeah.
Gira, you have a better handle of this kind of thing. What you reckon we can do?
At this point, getting an audience with either of them is going to be incredibly difficult because, I mean, they're both high ups, I would have to assume. Unfortunately, I don't know much about the inner city guilds. So all I know is that they're incredibly difficult to get in contact with. So the feeler, I talked to the barkeep and seeing if maybe I can pique her curiosity to come talk to us. If that doesn't work, then I'm not sure there's going to be any way that we can talk to her easily, I guess.
It's worth a try.
We could always just wander around until we find her.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the alternative of if we can't approach it by the good side, we can always cause them enough problems that they might want to come talk to us. And out of character, I'm trying to heavily imply they're gonna want to murder us and come personally, sort of thing. But yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't think that'd be that hard to do. I mean, a real easy way looks around, like, just give up this place to the guards. They would definitely know it was us. But I feel like that is definitely going to be a last resort because I really don't want a guild full of thieves and assassins chasing me down.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, but
It would be a first time for me.
Come on, Gira, where's your sense of adventure? And I'll just elbow him, jokingly.
You'll get a smile from him. And a slow, like, just, you guys are ridiculous.
Is there anybody else around besides the barkeep that is like that might work with the barkeep, like another barkeep or like a second hand? Somebody
wench?
lingering in the back?
Give me a perception check.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm blind. I can't even see the barkeep.
There's a pillar in the way. You can't see the barkeep.
Didn't the barkeep leave?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's earlier.
Alright. I was just double checking. And he hasn't come back at all yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
You could always sneak back
Wait.
there and see if you can.
the barkeep's not there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like.
I'll get up from the table and sort of gesture to everyone, like give everyone a wink and say like, all right, everyone, I'm just gonna get us the next round of drinks. I don't know where the barkeep is, but I'll get it myself and like go towards the bar. And sort of look over the countertop to see if there's any kind of like stuff behind the bar, like documents or like where they keep their like tally of things.
Yeah, as you go up to the bar, And I imagine you're like putting your hands on it and like leaning over to see
Yeah,
like underneath.
Yeah, I'm sort of doing the put both arms like all the way down to the elbow and pushing myself on
Uh-huh.
top of the countertop to sort of like,
Mhm.
hello, anyone here, sort of thing.
Mhm.
Brilliant.
Yeah. You put your elbows in the bar. Look underneath. And you see like rows of like glasses, and you see in one side is what looks like a coin purse. And there is some parchment like folded up nearby the coin purse, but before you can get like much further than that and seeing much more than just like standard bar stuff, one of the people sitting nearby, uh, one of the people alone, has their feet like kicked up on the table, and you can see, and everyone who's watching can see that they, upon like you announcing that you're gonna get more drinks, has been watching you, and they kind of like call over and they're like, "Hey, can't you just wait?"
God, I want to. I can't say that. Okay. What, and get sober again? Start from scratch? Hell no.
And with that, Gura will lean over to Galene and be like, I feel like we've been a bad influence on him.
Time.
I'm not complaining.
uh, I looked at you. They like narrowed their eyes and they're like, they won't be that long. I mean, dude.
I'm just gonna like sort of reach over the countertop and like grab one of the bottles from behind the bar, and pull it out. It's like, I mean, how much is this stuff? Like, come on. I'm just like gonna look under the table to see if there's like a somewhere like on the blackboard or anywhere like the price of the bottle that I'm like pulling out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You pull out a bottle of ale. You can definitely find the spot that says it's only like let me double check. Yeah, it's only like 2 silver pieces a bottle. But
Damn.
as you're like leaning over the bar and kind of like talking out to the room, you're definitely attracting looks, including from the 3 people who were just talking to you. And they, but like, there's definitely a lot of the tables nearby, at least, are looking over at you, with varying expressions.
All
You
right.
just hear Gleen. You just hear Gleen go, "Pretend to fall on the other side."
No.
Get up
Like
in them.
I'll pull the bottle and like I'll take out like 2 silver pieces, right? That's the cost of the bottle?
Mm-hmm.
I'll sort of like gesture to everyone that I'm like taking out the 2 silver pieces, slap it on the table, like looking at the guy that was talking to me before. And as I'm doing that, I'm like slapping the thing on the table. I'm gonna burn out another sorcery point to silently and stiltly cast Mage Hand invisibly, thanks to telekinesis, and have it slowly pull the paper, like have it
Yeah.
fall onto the floor as I'm like calling attention to myself. Slap the coins, grab the bottle, and sort of gesture to the guy like, "What are you gonna do about it?" As I'm like grabbing the bottle and walking back towards the table. And mentally, I'm trying to control the mage hand to sort of move the paper around the corner of the walls, around the floor, and have it bring it over to the bottom of the table, our table.
There is like 10 feet of just empty floor in between like the bar, the edge of the bar and your table.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
keep that in mind.
how bright is this place and how dirty is the floor? Because I feel like a piece of paper rolling around the ground shouldn't catch that much attention, especially with all the attention I'm bringing to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I can make a I don't know performance check. to draw attention to myself, sort of thing.
Sure.
Yeah. I love this.
As you like gesture out with the bottle to the guy who kind of like called you out the first time. He kind of just like rolls his eyes and goes back to like doing whatever they were doing. And you start moving back to the table. That was already the all of you, as usual, tend to get funny looks. But as you like return to the table, you definitely have eyes on you. And you pull the paper out from underneath the coin purse, and across the floor. It probably like hit Eli's feet first, because he's standing like behind your chair, and then just like roll around his feet, towards the table.
Yeah, and I'll sort of have the I don't know how big the piece of paper is, but if it's like the kind that you could probably slip underneath like your sleeves, I'll have it.
Yeah.
I'll have the mage hand pull the paper like inside my pants and like around the corner of my leg, the side of my leg, so that it ends up coming out from like inside my shirt and then goes into my pocket.
Uh-huh. Cool. Yeah, I mean, after a little while, people stop looking at you all curiously and intently.
Yeah,
and you have the paper, and you're sitting with the rest of your friends.
yeah, and I'm like pouring the it's probably like some kind of shitty rum, I'm guessing. And I'm
Yeah.
like pouring another round of drinks for everyone at the table.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'll sort of take out the paper from my pocket, and like take out my notebook with it and sort of like put it inside, sort of as if I were taking notes on something. And I will read what's on the different pieces of paper.
Yeah, you open up the parchment, and you look inside, and it looks like there's a word for it, but I can't think of it. It looks like it's how this man's way of keeping track of sales. But you like go through it, it's like a log of what he sold at this time, and what he sold at this time. Keep track of what you need, what to stock, and it looks pretty mundane.
Okay. Does it include like special orders, sort of thing? Maybe. Like remember X drink for Poppy or the boss, sort of thing. Don't forget the special whiskey for the boss's birthday, sort of thing.
There's no names, and there's no really like bookmark notes. No, I can't word tonight. There's no notes on the edges of the papers. But there is like notably like more expensive stuff being sold every now and then. These logs in particular don't go very far back. It seems like it's the past like week or two. But you do see like once or twice like something more than a gold piece shows up. But there's no names or anything.
Okay. I'll sort of pass the notebook over to probably like as if I were trying to show Gira something. Then I'm guessing like he's like across the table, but I'm actually like trying to show everyone the contents.
Yeah, I mean, you do it.
Yeah, we look at it.
You look
Sure.
at it.
Well, like we don't have much to go on, but at least we have a good drink, eh?
Sure.
I was just like kind of looking at everyone like I have no idea what's going on here.
I think we
Uh,
just wait for the barkeep to get back then.
yeah.
Mhm.
God, putting the paper back is gonna be a bitch though. Probably in our way
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, and it's not that long after as you probably like I imagine like keep it inside your notebook and just tuck it back into your
Mhm.
clothes for now. That the door reopens in the back behind the bar and the barkeep returns. And I won't make you roll perception checks for this since you mentioned explicitly waiting for the barkeep to get back so you wouldn't notice as the door opened. And he heads back behind the bar. And you see the guy who called you out at first, see?
Mhm.
Like gets up out of his chair and goes over to the bar. And like leans in and starts talking with the barkeep.
Can I hear any conversation that they're having?
Not from where you are.
Is there any way that I could sneak up closer without anybody seeing?
I mean, it would be hard. It's pretty.
Snuff out
It's
one torch.
it's, it's well lit enough that you won't disappear. Uh, and he's at like one end of the bar, and you guys are closer to the other end, so you'd have to walk up to the bar between tables and stuff. You could walk up and see if he doesn't stop talking, but it might be hard to do it completely unnoticed.
Is there? Yeah, I don't know. There can be any way I can do this without them knowing that I'm coming over there.
Mm-hmm.
You need a distraction, let me know. I have like 3 different things already planned.
So he's gonna start a bar fight.
Kira will say, "I'm gonna go see what they're saying," and he'll very silently move over to where, like, within hearing distance of them,
Uh-huh.
and try to look
Yeah.
inconspicuous. But yeah,
Are you yeah, are you like going up to the bar or are you just like walking towards them?
let's do like I'm kind of like walking around, like stretching my legs.
Okay.
Like faint, like I gotta cramp my leg or something, kind of favor one of my other legs or something along those lines.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
All right.
Yeah, Gary, you push out your chair, and you stand up and you walk over towards them. And as you walk towards them, they clearly notice you. And it looks like he like leans in a little further and speaks a little quieter. But with a 21 perception check, you are very purposefully trying to hear what they're saying. And you catch the middle of the sentence. The barkeep is talking, which is the first words you've heard this person say, and says, he's saying, just going to deliver message. Shouldn't have. And the other guy interrupts him and he's like, "Yeah, I know. Just, keep an eye out. It. I don't know who these people are." And he like nods, and they both like glance over towards the table, not necessarily at you, Kira. And the barkeep kind of shrugs.
Eli waves. And he realizes they're looking directly at him. He's just like, "Hello."
Yeah, as you like wave innocently, Eli, the barkeep kind of shrugs, and gives the other person like your it's probably not that big of a deal kind of like look. And the other guy just looks a little miffed for sliding a few coins over the table for a drink. And that's basically where the conversation ends.
Alright. I do like an arm stretch and then slowly like turn back around, head back to the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You head back to the table.
And then
Nobody
let him know
interrupts.
that, the guy that was shouting at Z wants everybody keep an eye on us.
Okay, so that's good, I guess.
So if we're gonna wander around, it's gonna be unlikely that it's gonna go unnoticed. But
I mean, that's fair. Well, shit.
you guys want to go talk to do we all want to go talk to the barkeep and see if we can get an audience with Poppy?
Sure. It's worth a try.
Give it a shot.
Let's
Is
go.
everyone standing up and going over to the bar?
No,
Well-
Haskell's gonna stay in the chair.
Yeah, Eli's already standing up, and he's kind of
In
just
his
like,
soft squat.
if everybody else is going,
I suppose who is going up to the bar?
I'm going.
I'm going.
I'm going.
Eli's like, okay, so it's 50-50.
If you're not going, just stay out of trouble, would you?
Actually, yeah, Eli, stay with them just in case they get into trouble.
Okay, Roger.
No, Gira, I think Eli would also be. Never mind.
I was walking away, but he has healing potions, so it'd be bad to have
Fair.
both the people who can heal, or all of the people that can heal in the same group.
Good point.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, the three of you get up and go over to the bar. And with like the newfound information that at least one of these people wants to keep an eye on you as you're going there, you can probably catch the guy who shouted at you and kind of giving you the three of you a look as you approach the bar. And the barkeep like looked up from whatever he was doing and like gives you like looks at you in acknowledgement.
And Gera would be letting the other two lead the way.
I'll give the feisty bar attendee an acknowledging nod back, and I'll lead the way to the bar. Up. Slide up on there.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
As in, like walk up to the bar. I don't mean like slide on top of the bar. I mean doing like the put my elbow on the countertop thing. You know, you sort of slowly slide into place. Gesture for the barkeep to come over. Fuck.
Proactively, you attempt to seduce the barkeep.
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
just heard.
Yes.
Look.
That's what I heard.
Look. I don't know. Is the barkeep?
It doesn't
I
matter.
know, he's literally a barkeep inside of the sewers. Answer your own question, folks.
Bozo,
Probably not.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
you know?
sometimes.
Take one for the team, bud. Catch a
Sometimes you
grenade
gotta
for
take
us.
one for the team. Yeah. But no. In all seriousness, I'll sort of go up to the bar and call over the barkeep. Calmly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he acknowledges you and after a moment walks over towards the three of you and looks at you expectantly.
look, sorry about earlier. I was a little bit impatient and took a bottle. I don't know if you grabbed the payment for it, but look, we're in a little bit of a rush. We're hoping we can have a word with Poppy. I think she's the only one that can really help us in our current situation. I can promise you it's.
Go ahead.
It might be quite profitable for everyone involved.
Yeah, he gives you a look, and looks between the three of you. And he says, I do not think Poppy would want to speak with anybody.
God, I can do such a bold lie, but I don't know how the flock are gonna walk out of that one.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Look,
Or seduce him. Come on.
no, I'm not seducing the barkeep. I am not playing a bard. I'm playing the sorcerer.
Are both charisma build?
You're a bard. Come on.
Deep inside, I know that I'm a bard, but not tonight. Look. All I'm saying is, it's there's private information about sort of look over to make sure like no one else can hear us and like, lean in. It's sort of a dragon's hoard, if you catch my drift.
He like looks at you, looks skeptical. Give. This is a
Deception?
lie. Give me a deception check.
So technically, it's not a lie. It's a half truth because I'm like, I'm trying to reference the fact that we know that a lot of money is coming in caravans because of the dragon cult.
Yeah.
But I am trying to sort of make it sound a lot more interesting for a thief. Oh God.
He looks at you a little skeptically, and says, I can bring it up to her before you leave, but not now.
Well, I feel like if it's just before we leave, we're not gonna have much time to talk about it.
If Poppy is interested, she's the one who wants you out. She can keep you.
I'll sort of look over my shoulder to Kira and Galeen, tisking my tongue audibly, sort of like annoyed by the fact that we can't get to talk to Poppy. Obviously, making a show for the barkeep, but sort of queuing in for the two others. I don't know if you guys have any ideas.
I mean, we are planning to leave soon, so.
Listen, this is the least busy this place is gonna be.
True.
And if Poppy's busy, who says a good place Chaos Bolt couldn't solve a lot of our problems?
I mean, player agency.
Who are we chaos bolting?
Everyone in
The
this
barkeep.
tavern.
Everyone, yeah.
If it gets rolled, everyone.
Once the dice start rolling, they ain't gonna stop rolling.
I mean, I do have a map set up, so if you wanted to, you could.
Kira, do you have anything?
Would I know any kind of relationship, like the Thatcher and Poppy may like have? Do I know like generally do like the kingpins within the city like dislike each other? Is there any kind of rivalry between the two or?
Well, you would know Poppy is not a kingpin. We have never heard that name. But no, not necessarily. The guild is like it's an organized crime organization that's led by one big boss person. And the kingpins generally work together. They rule over separate parts of the city, but if they have to work together, they will.
Okay. Have they ever worked against each other?
For sure. Especially in instances where someone gets a little too big for their breeches and starts trying to expand their control over their part of the city into different parts of the city. But generally speaking, the person in front, in charge of the entire guild, their name is Nine Fingers Keen, keeps a pretty tight hold on making sure they don't cause too much trouble amongst the guild.
So you're telling me a guy with 9 fingers keeps a tight hold on an entire city's crime organization? I don't believe you.
What's wait. What's the guy's name? Nine Fingered?
Keen.
9 Fingers Keen. I couldn't.
You made that up on the spot, I swear.
I did not.
He definitely did not.
For a second there, I thought it was like Keen spelled like Keen, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, after Strahd, Keen lost a finger. And
well,
It's like, hey, story looks pretty badass, but I don't want to fully commit. Let's just start with one.
With that, Gira probably step forward and be like, it may be in Poppy's best interest to hear us out as soon as possible.
he looks at you.
If she is not busy currently, I would like an audience. If the only time that she is going to be free is closer to nighttime, then we can wait.
There we go.
He looks at you, and continuously looks like it's in her best interest as soon as possible at this dragon horde that he doesn't seem to fully believe exists. It's not like you get the sense if he thought you were just straight up lying, he wouldn't entertain the thought of you going to speak with her. But he looks at you. And he says, I will get around to mentioning it to her.
Alright. I guess that's the best you can do.
Is it the best you can do, though?
I mean, it's okay. If she gets upset once we tell her that we were kept waiting, then that'll just be on him, and it'll be okay.
I'm saying this out loud in front of him.
Yeah, and I'm replying with that out loud in front of him.
I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
we're all.
You sure we have to wait? I mean, a well-placed dagger could, ease the conversation a lot.
This guy looks at you, like as you're, like as Kira and Galeen were being like, if she gets mad, it won't be our fault. And then you're like, I have a dagger on me. He looks at you and raises his eyebrows, and then looks around the room, and he says, I don't know who you are, but people like me better than they like you here.
And Gira lean forward and whisper to him, but if we end you quick enough, it wouldn't matter if they decide to fight after you're dead. And then he'll lean back.
Do you give me intimidation checks?
This is not gonna go well.
Okay. Oh god, hang on. Hey. Oh god.
he
Mercy God.
he looks at the two of you.
Can I assist?
I mean,
It would have given one.
how
of the-
would you? Oh, it's
I am a menacing looking individual. I don't
Sure.
know.
You're a walking fish.
I listen.
I mean, a shark is a fish.
True.
A walking truck is a.
What kind of fish is Galeen? We need to cover this first. If you're based off of some sea creature, what sea creature is it?
I don't know. These are existential questions that Galene
So a
doesn't have to think
clownfish.
about. Oh my god, you bitch.
I'm throwing this shit around until you decide. It matters now. Are you intimidating or not?
I just rolled.
Oh, there's a roll for it?
What?
What?
Intimidation, my dude. She definitely is
I-
intimidating.
I am I rolled to help assist maybe.
Well, in 5e, you don't roll to assist. You
Oh.
Yeah.
aid
You
us.
give one.
You give somebody assistance.
Well,
and
I
they-
just did a practice roll for when I try to do it myself.
Yeah. I'll say if you want to assist, just to go down the order of rolls, you'll give Z advantage.
Yeah.
But the barkeep looks at you, Gira, first, and you get the sense he's like, doubting the fact that you can do it fast enough that nobody would fight back. And it looks at Yuzi, who threatening with a dagger that you have under your clothes. He just kind of furrows his eyebrows a little. He says, I have a job, but when I get a chance, I will tell Poppy.
I'm gonna look around.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look busy?
I
No.
mean, it's not super busy. There's people at most of the tables, though. There's not too many tables, but there's also not people just like loitering around the room. Like, it's not busy enough that there's not enough tables for people. There's one empty, like in the middle-ish of the room, and a lot of the tables only have one person at them. So you're looking at a total of like probably 10, 12 people in this room, not counting the barkeep.
Okay. Fine, I won't be a bitch anymore. 'Cause I don't think it's working.
Quick question.
mean-
the guy that was yelling at Z about waiting, is he at a table alone or is he at a table with other people?
He's alone.
Okay.
And I mean, to be fair, he said he will tell her when you're about to leave, and just said he will tell her when he gets a chance. So, I mean,
Alright.
this seems to have sped things up, hopefully, if she agrees to want to talk to you.
Cool. I got nothing else to say to the guy.
Carol nodded and start walking away.
I'll do the. I'll sort of hold back a second longer, like I stick at the bar as the two others start heading to the table. Look at the barkeep. Look at the other two. Tisk my tongue again, and I follow after.
Uh-huh.
I'm playing the role of the henchman here.
Uh-huh. As the three of you return to the table with Eli and Haskell not actually sitting at the table, and Elba sitting at the table. the barkeep continues to do his job for now.
As we're walking back, I'll be like, all right, that was a little bit,
Too much?
yeah, that was a little bit too much.
Sorry,
But you
it's-
went in, so I figured I'd double down on it, and that did not go well.
Thank you.
This is why I
thank
don't
you.
talk to people.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since I had to do undercover work. Last time I was a whole drug den, so it's a different kind of crowd.
But the question is, was it fun?
I mean, honestly, I was really thinking about just whipping out my bow and arrow and shooting the leg off of the guy that wouldn't stop, that hasn't stopped talking shit pretty much since we've entered.
No, that's
That
something
would've
I'd
been
want to see.
That would have been a lot of fun. But I figure if I were to fire an arrow at somebody, that would just get the entire bar up in arms, and that's not what we want.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose of why we're here, but
Look, I'm not against. Look, I'm not against starting a fight in a thieves guild and just taking everyone in, hand them over to the authorities.
I mean, from reputation alone, I don't want to anchor Nine Fingers. He's the leader, and from all accounts, he's ruthless.
I guess.
Oh, she's ruthless.
Yeah, way to be sexist. Jeez.
Did you just assume the fucking kingpin's gender because they're a kingpin?
No, actually, the kingpins are underneath the leader.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's the leader? The king of kingpins?
The leader.
Guildmaster.
The leader of
The
kings?
the guild master.
Okay.
Man, these are stupid names.
I mean, maybe she goes by Queen Pin. We don't know.
Queen pin. Why is that sound so funny?
Or Strike. Maybe that's what she goes by.
Nice. You see what you did there.
And maybe her right hand would be Spare.
Yeah. God damn it. Get out of here.
Go on, get.
Maybe the enforcer is called Bowling Ball.
Oh my god.
If he's not, I'm gonna be upset. So now what?
Now
Gentlemen
we wait.
and lady.
Because now we
Now
wait.
we
huh?
wait. Well, I guess we could drink.
Drinking.
Is there like a dartboard?
Dartboard.
Probably not.
Is there like a area where they throw daggers at a board?
I mean,
Yeah,
are the
that's
pillars
probably more
stone or wood?
likely.
I was gonna say they probably throw them in like the support beams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If anybody's interested, we could always learn dice.
Ooh,
Not
that
very
sounds
big
interesting.
table.
I'm not opposed to throwing some daggers, actually.
Yeah, I'm down to throw some daggers. I'm not a gambling man.
What is gambling?
It's part of dice. You usually bet on certain numbers coming up while rolling dice.
Oh. Well, I could just calculate statistical probability and win most of the time.
Hey
Statistically.
Eli, how about you become my right hand while we play dice?
I'm quite large. I don't think I could be just an entire hand. I think I'd be more than just a hand.
And with that, Gear, I'll get up and walk over to whatever kind of target they've got for daggers and throw it.
Yeah, I imagine like both Giro and Ela and Zero getting up at the same time. It's like, yeah, I'm done with this. Just
Yeah.
in fact, Z will give Galena a double thumbs up. Like, you got it.
I'm gonna go over to the people that I had talked to previously and ask if I can observe this dice game.
Yeah, you go up to their table again. Eli, are you following her this
Yeah.
time? Yeah. The two of you leave the table as Gira and Z leave the table, leaving Elba and Haskell alone together. And you walk up to the table, and you ask to observe, and the lady who you spoke with before looks up at you again, and gives you a little bit of funny look, but says, "Sure, you and your robot friend."
That's
I'm
me.
just. This is Eli.
Hello.
And I'm just gonna say, before I just start diving right in, I want to see the how this works.
Yeah. They nod, and like
Get it?
gesture for you
Dive right in. I'm a fish.
God damn
Sorry.
it.
Oh my god, that was good. I didn't notice that one. That was really good.
Yeah, they nod, and like gesture for you to sit. And there's also, if Eli really wanted to sit, you can find a chair, but I doubt you will.
No, he'll probably just pop a slop squat.
You're watching Haskell do it. Yeah, you sit, and the two of you give me perception checks as you watch them play dice.
Okay.
Cuff, they're cheating. It's part of the game.
Yeah, Eli, you don't notice anything. You don't really know what they're doing. You see them rolling dice and trading coins back and forth across the table. And yeah, Galeen, you're watching them play. You've probably played some like similar games before, with like your soldier buddies, when you were younger. Not exactly this game, but you can tell it's not entirely fair. This isn't a clean game of dice.
Well, why would I want it to be?
Because you're a paladin?
Not clean in what way?
They're cheating.
Yes.
Everyone is cheating?
Yeah. It seems
Got-
like it might be either expected of each other or part of the game, like part of the fun for these people, because nobody's calling each other out, but it's just happening.
Cool. Out of character, I should really save my gold. Also out of character.
You
Let me gamble! Let me gamble! For the experience.
It doesn't give you
Uh-huh.
XP.
It would be
You don't
kind
know
of cool
that.
though. Yeah, you don't know.
I mean, unless it escalates to them noticing us cheating better than they are, and then they fight us and we kill them, then we get XP. Then the gambling does give us XP, yes.
Okay, weird out of character question.
Yeah.
If I join, what am I rolling to, like, how would I play this in a session?
I would probably have you roll like opposed checks against these people. In this particular instance, if you want to cheat right back with them, it would be sleight of hand.
Yup.
That's why I said observe. Because I was just like, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna have to be sleight of hand, and that's gonna be straight garbage, and is gonna cause a fight, which could be fun.
Look,
But I
look,
really did like these people, so
if you collaborate with your local sorcerer, you don't need a hand to cheat. If the hand is made out of force and is invisible.
listen.
Just turn it to the correct number that you want. Easy.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, ooh, magic hand, turn number good.
I can already see Z currently using it, throwing daggers, and he's just making his dagger go straight to the bullseye every single time.
Unfortunately, like I can't get enough speed with the dagger for it to land correctly.
Just for sake of not wanting to waste time, I'll just continue to observe and joke back and forth with people and stuff like that.
Eli will call out the cheating every time somebody cheats.
Uh-huh.
Like not to like ruin their fun, but like, oh yeah, no, that's wrong. Oh yeah, okay, I see that. Oh yeah, no, that wasn't a 7. Okay.
Yeah.
You only
Additional
gave him
comic
half of what he
relief.
was owed. Interesting. This doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
That die is weighted on this side by 2.3 milligrams.
Yeah. It's like this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. As you observe them playing dice, they do like eventually introduce themselves to you. If you want their names for future reference, I can give you their names. Otherwise, because they do have names. They don't have tokens.
Then hell yeah, Gibby.
Yeah.
I need
They
to-
eventually introduce themselves. Go ahead.
We need to know what names to put on their graves.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
The lady, her name's Lydia. One of them did refer to her by that name earlier.
Oh my god, Lydia,
Lydia.
my house girl. Just kidding.
God damn it.
You look exactly like Lydia from Skyrim.
This bitch. I am sworn to carry
We
your
probably
burdens.
shouldn't fight her. That could be catastrophic.
I mean, the amount of times I've killed her for that line specifically is.
Oh my god, that bitch.
Just quick save, kill, reload, save, walk away.
Well, I don't want to fight a werewolf, personally. I don't know about you guys.
The one who greeted you the first time, his name, he introduced himself as Ed. And the other guy, the quieter, the two gentlemen, is Aussie.
Cool
Not
names,
like
man.
Australia, but Aussie.
Yeah, Aussie, short for Australia.
Yeah. Classic fantasy name of Australia.
That'd be really funny.
You have Lydia from Skyrim, Australia, and Edward.
Yep.
Cool.
Look, I'm disappointed,
Colin.
Aussie, if you guys went for Australia instead of Ozzy Osbourne. But okay.
I mean, actually, my first thought was the guy from Grown Ups.
Huh?
No, that's not it. There's a movie where they like help out like a nerd while he LARPs.
Oh, yeah, I know the one that you're talking about.
You lost me.
Well, I
Lost.
can't remember
Send
what it's
help.
called.
American Pie. I know the actor that's in it.
Back on track, guys.
Yeah. And I mean, even though Eli keeps like calling out their bullshit, they seem to take it in like good spirits. And just kind of like poke fun at each other. You get the sense these three people know each other pretty well. And just sort of poke fun at each other whenever Eli is like, but that's wrong. Then the other two are like, yeah, Lydia.
Damn it, Lydia.
And
I feel like
Kira and Z, you go and throw daggers at a wall for a while. I don't know if Pascal or Elba want to do anything in particular as you're
No, not really.
abandon you.
I mean, no.
No.
Pascal's very out of his element in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Haskell.
Just gotta get him back in his element. Go
Throw him in the swamp.
Then yeah. As all of you make occupy yourselves, at one point, at the very least, Elba and Haskell would notice the barkeep does go back into that like back door again. When he returns, he is still alone. And it's hard to tell how much time is passing because it's like an IKEA. It's just like there's no windows.
That's amazing. I appreciate that a lot.
Welcome to the Eldritch horror that is
you-
the IKEA.
Are you telling me we're in the infinite IKEA? Oh god, oh no.
It's not an Eldritch horror. It's the Swedish horror.
We were in the infinite IKEA all along. No.
It's like IKEA with like you bend down here and there's no windows. It's a little weirdly lit. Whenever people like enter or exit the room you're in, it's hard to tell if it's like the same people or not, unless you get a really good look at them because they're all wearing like dark clothes to, you know, stay inconspicuous. And there's furniture here, like IKEA. But eventually,
But it's assembled furniture.
but it's assembled furniture. I mean, you could disassemble it if you wanted to. I won't stop you. Someone else might though.
And then we fight.
And then you fight.
Stop taking apart my chairs? No.
So we're at reverse IKEA. Got it.
Yeah.
Where the furniture builds itself.
Reverse IKEA.
Where you need to disassemble the
But-
furniture.
Yeah.
Wait,
Eventually, enough time passes where probably Gira and Z, at least you two, return to the table to speak with like Elba and Haskell and have some more drinks. I don't know how long Galeen wants to stay with these people. Same with Eli. But just for convenience's sake, eventually, as it feels like a lot of time passes, but you can't be sure because you're like just waiting down here. You're all sitting at the same table together again, and that back door opens, and you see a woman step out, and you see, as you're sitting at the table, a few people look over, and they seem to recognize this person. And she goes behind the bar and like pours herself a drink and exchanges a few words with the barkeep, who eventually points at your table. And I can share her. Oops. I almost just clicked delete instead of clicked into the splash page. I can share her token, as you can only assume Poppy steps back around the bar and heads to your guys' table. There you go.
She is not at all what I anticipated her looking like.
Exactly what I anticipated.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
same.
I don't know why, but I thought of like Poppy, like the artist.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why that's the first Poppy that came into my. So I'm just like, man, she's like opposite colored outfit hair.
I'm gonna put her over
Anyways.
here unless you decide she's your friend. But she does head over to your guys' table. And she says, she looks at you all, and she says, For a group of people I've never heard of before, you all are very persistent to make a lot of noise around here, aren't you?
Yes.
Pretty much.
But accurate.
She smiles a little, and like takes a sip of the drink she poured for herself.
If there's an
and
open chair, Hero will gesture to it so she can join us.
yeah, there is definitely not an open chair because there's many of you. And one
It's
of
okay.
you is standing.
I'll
and
stand
the
up.
other's
I'll
flying.
stand up and let her take my chair.
Yeah, you stand. And she kind of like waves her hand dismissively. And she says, "Why don't you all take a walk with me?"
Sure.
Hero stands.
Yeah, same.
Yes, ma'am.
Does Galeon call her ma'am?
Yes.
And she looks at you, and kind of looks a little amused. But as I assume, as a lot of you stand up, she kind of gestures for you to follow her and starts out the door that you guys entered through. But instead of taking the left that you guys, the direction you guys came from, she instead turns right into the different room. And after a little while, it's not once you're into like the next room and out of the hallway, she turns and looks at you all, and she says, "You obviously know my name, so I think it's only fair I know all of you."
I'm Gira.
I'm Galeen.
Azimuth.
I'm Eli.
Yeah. So, I suppose it was more of a question if nobody wanted to give her your name. Just like, but otherwise, I will assume you introduce yourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah. If
yeah, we
Haskell
just
and
did,
Alba-
Holly. God.
If Haskell and Alba don't, I would then introduce them as well.
Haskell would introduce himself.
She nods, and she says, "And you think you know of a dragon horde?"
Well,
Oh yes.
We
something
for
like
sure
that.
know.
That didn't sound very convincing, guys. Do you want to try again?
Quick
For-
load.
For
I mean,
sure
Gira
no.
just said yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
As
For-
Z in the background went, "Well."
Well, it's the closest thing you can get to a dragon's horde, technically. Although there is a dragon, so it is technically a dragon's horde. Yeah, it is a dragon's horde.
I think our friend's just very confused.
She looks at Z, like looks like she's trying to read you, and just then eventually it's just like, and you are willing to disclose this information with me since you so badly wanted to speak with me?
Yes, but in return we need information of our own.
She looks at you, Gira, and kind of gestures and like go on kind of hand motion.
Have we reached a room or are we just
You're walking.
walking? Okay.
Yeah. You're walking through the IKEA tunnels.
Okay.
Oh my god, not the IKEA tunnel.
I feel like it's best discussed once we are in a secluded location.
I see. Well, then let's go this way. and she takes like a sharp right turn, and leads you down a hallway, and eventually.
While we're walking, can I like every turn we make? Can I like put a small mark on like, a wall with chalk?
Sure. Are you trying to stay inconspicuous?
Yes.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
All right.
Whoop. I heard the whoop.
Good.
Yeah. You are walking next to the walls, and you are able to just mark the walls every time you walk around the corner. But yeah, she leads you through these hallways, and eventually to a rather sturdy-looking wooden door. And she knocks on it a few times, and when she doesn't get an answer, she just opens it. And it looks like it might be an office, or something like an office. There's some blood on the floors here, and she she walks in and pulls out a chair from like a table that's kind of like pushed into the corner of the room, and goes to sit down. And all of you, there's enough room for all of you to come in. And if like two of you wanted to sit, there's like two chairs. And the door can get closed behind you. And as it does, she looks back at you, Gira, because you were the one who seemed to be doing most of the talking in that moment. She kind of like opens her hands and says, "Well."
So the information we have is actually of a horde that's going to be smuggled through the city. The information that we need is that of somebody that apparently the Thatcher is currently targeting for some reason. We don't know the specific, but we've been hired to investigate this same man to figure out what's happening. There seems to be those that are concerned for this man and what he may do. So we would like to get all the information we can and get out before the Thatcher decides to hit it or whatever he's going to do. I mean, we don't plan on stealing anything from the house, just assessing more what's happening. Because we are currently looking into a cult that's trying to, I mean, seems to be, they like raiding villages, but it seems that it also may be more severe than that, so.
She nods. I don't know if the alphabet help. She nods. And she says, I have a feeling I know what you're talking about. Who you're talking about. I'm interested to know who hired people to investigate him. But I'm afraid I can't do much disclosing information on that particular person.
All right. I mean, I guess we're done here then.
Yeah, she nods. And she says, well, if that was all you wanted, then, Gira, you said your name was?
Yep.
And the rest of you, it's gotten fairly late, so why don't I lead you out?
Z, try to seduce her. Seduce her.
Gilly, I'm not into women.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, Galeen, try to seduce her.
Yeah.
Also, not into women.
You don't know that. Shit, you right.
If I am, it's definitely not this one. Girl, just walk away, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, she offered to lead you out, and I don't think she got the exact answer because we started going
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I wasn't listening. I was too busy whispering very loudly to Z.
I guess, yeah, Garrett would follow her out.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
walk away, just like walking. I doubt that she'd even let me just walk into the rest of the Thieves Guild.
I mean, yeah, probably not. And she leads you guys back out of this room. And the underseller, you could probably, Kira, you could at least definitely tell this, but the corridors are very cramped and twisted. So it's a little hard to tell what direction she's leading you in. Gira, you get the sense she's not leading you in the same direction you came. But after enough time, she leads you into a small room, very similar to the one you entered through. It's not the one you entered through, with a ladder and a trapdoor. And she gestures to it. And she says, "Well, this is one way out. Don't get seen."
Will do.
And she waits as you all climb up the ladder and open the trapdoor. And once again, you're back into this it's more sewer-like part of the undercellar. It's not very well lit, and it's a lot like damper. And you can see it's like the tunnel seems to end at this end by the trapdoor, and it goes forward. And as the last of you go through, Poppy stops whoever is like going to reclose the trapdoor, and she like smiles up at you, and she says, "And it'd probably be better if you didn't come back here."
And I wouldn't be the last one, so
I'd
unless
probably
she's
be the
shouting to
last one.
everybody. Alright.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, and why is that? In a
She-
seductive way. No, I'm just kidding.
And why is that?
What? Hate to watch me leave, love to watch me go? Okay, sorry, I'm done.
She continues to give you this like smile that's not in her eyes, and she just says, "I'm not particularly fond of unwelcome visitors."
Out of character, what the fuck does that mean?
Meaning
Just
that
I don't like that we
Isn't
barged
part of the
in
guild.
here.
Yeah.
We were welcomed with open arms by those 3 people, so she could just shove it up her ass. Not gonna say that. I'll just nod at her and then finish heading back up.
She doesn't stop you as you close the trapdoor the rest of the way, and you are the 6 of you are left alone up here, with only one way out.
I'm just gonna say, what a
God.
bitch.
God, I just remembered that I have one item in my inventory that I'm so tempted to use right now.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do
What's
it,
that?
do it, do it.
I have
do
an
it.
alarm horn for the garden.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus.
But no, let's keep going. Just immediately sell the underseller out.
It's alright. My immediate thought was to wait like 5 minutes and then open the trap door again and then just toss a bunch of caltrops at the bottom of the ladder.
Y'all are crazy. What time is it?
You are still underground. You do not know.
Well,
Do we see any ladders in nearby that we can go up?
You
Or
can
did she
see
just lead us into a prison cell?
you can see further down the tunnel there's some light, so you can guess there's either people down there or an open door outside if it's still light out.
All right. Kiro will look to the party and be like, "Let me check ahead, make sure this isn't an ambush." And he'll.
good.
sure.
I mean, if it's all darkness, then I mean, you guys will just hear a disembodied voice say, "Let me check ahead," and then.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, you go ahead here. And as you get closer, you can see it's a very similar situation as the spot you entered through. There's someone, there's no table and no cards here, but there's someone sitting in a chair. There's like a lantern next to them, and they have like a book open, and they're reading. And it seems like they're a similar outpost to like intercept people.
Gotcha. And it's just the one guy.
Yeah, just one.
Alright. And I don't see anybody like hiding in the shadows or anything.
Give me a perception check. Nope, you do not.
Alright. I guess I'll head back to the group and be like, seems like it's just another like little guild outpost thing where they check people coming in. I assume that is also then the way up. Did I see like a ladder up near them?
Yeah. Yeah, a little ways down, similar to the place you came in. This one's closer, but you did see like further down ladder.
All right. Yeah, I tell him it's just one guy, so we shouldn't have any issues just walking out.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
And then Gara kind of lag behind a bit, probably like 30 feet away from the group, and just let them go into the light and then see what happens.
Yeah.
As we're walking towards the torchlight, I will sort of do the arcane gestures for control flames and sort of hold the like get ready to cast a spell in case
Yeah.
they come
Smart.
at us aggressively that I can snuff out the flames.
Yeah. Yeah. You walk into the light, and the person sitting there looks up at you all briefly and sees you, I assume continuing to walk basically past him, and kind of just gives you like a nod of acknowledgement and doesn't do anything else.
See ya, bitch.
And then once they all reach the ladder and start climbing up, that's when I'll head to the light and then pass them.
Yeah. Nobody does anything to stop you all as you reach the ladder and start climbing out. And whoever's going first, you push open the trapdoor at the top, and it pushes open pretty easily. And as it does open, it's night. That they kept you there until night, until talking to Poppy. Doesn't seem that late, but as you climb out, you're definitely in a different spot in the city. Exactly where, it's hard to tell since none of you are from here until Gira gets out, and even then, Gira, you're not from this part of the city, so you're not exactly sure where you are.
I mean,
but
yeah.
Can I find like would I be able to see like a building that would kind of give me like an anchor point so I can use the map that I was given to kind of figure out where we're.
I can also take
Yeah.
Can I take off vertically and like
Oh, yeah.
see where we are from my foresight point of view?
yeah, you as soon as you all get out of the tunnels, you're surrounded by, it still seems like patriarch homes. You're still in the upper city, and as you at the very least take off, and I can just move to this page, That's in the wrong spot. Uh, you are here.
Okay.
That's how far you moved.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll come back down. I suppose. Just confirm what Garrett probably is already coming to the conclusion of. It's like, yeah, we were just like 2 blocks northeast from the wide.
Well, since we weren't able to get any information, I say we just wing it.
Wing it.
I like winging it.
I don't
Yeah,
have
I think-
wings.
It's an express. Ah, never mind. Right. Let's. I mean, there's no time like right now. It is nighttime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, never thought I would be saying these words, but let's go break into a noble's house, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hey guys, are we doing a
I-
B&E?
I don't see much use
How the
in
hell do
wing.
you know what a B&E is?
I love bacon and eggs.
Oh my god.
I heard the guys downstairs talking about it.
Oh. Gotcha.
Downstairs is under.
Downstairs to get bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it.
And by we mean Gira.
Yes.
Yes.
He's catching on quick.
With some assistance from Z to snuff out any lights that are on the exterior or edges of the property.
Oh, I can help with that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, if you can do it quietly, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we head over to Trotton's house.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, I'm not
Yeah.
wearing my crazy armor anymore.
Jesus. Your crazy armor?
Yeah, I'm not wearing my crazy armor.
What armor are you wearing?
My less crazy armor.
Gotcha.
Gasp. Not the less crazy armor.
That's crazy.
But I still have Terrence, don't you worry.
Okay. I will. Cause this was reminded me. I was reminded of this the other day. That even though, for the record, you have dark vision, as you go into darkness and go invisible, dim light does impose disadvantage on attack rolls and stuff. Unless you have like special dark vision, but I don't think most.
Low light
I
vision
think
from
Eli
elf,
does.
like- I mean, I have dark vision.
Yeah, but dark vision still imposes disadvantage in dim light and darkness.
Okay. I didn't fucking know that.
Yep.
I knew it and forgot, and then
I don't think
Wait,
we've.
really?
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
think we've ever attacked into darkness though. We've attacked from darkness, but never into darkness.
That's a fair point. Yeah, attacking into darkness is disadvantage, but from darkness is probably the opposite.
Well, from darkness doesn't apply anything.
From darkness into light is probably advantage. if they
Yeah.
can't see you.
It is
Yeah.
advantage if they don't know where you are. Yeah.
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 So unless you have a light on you, they can't see you, and you get advantage.
Yep.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
And in the case of
That makes
Gira,
sense.
even if they have dark vision, if he's in darkness, he is invisible.
yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. Think. 1 second.
Let's go commit a crime! Woo!
Yeah, you guys head out to the Staunton Manor again. The area in the upper city is pretty well lit at night. But as you, I imagine, like the approach nearby the house, you see two people again standing in front of the doors, standing guard, and you could probably go into one of the back alleys, where there's a window into the manor, and snuff out some lights and go unnoticed for a little while. If somebody, I will say, if a guard's maybe patrolling the area, they will notice. But as long as there's nobody around, you could probably snuff out some torchlights and get into the house, which is, as far as Z remembers, dark.
Yep.
Guys,
Yes.
if we're gonna be doing this for a bit, do you mind if I dip out early? Because I've been struggling to stay awake.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep. We could stop it
Alright.
now.
we
I mean,
can stop.
You don't
Yeah.
have to stop if you don't have to stop. I don't mind. It's just like I'm not gonna be able to help much with this, and
No, I mean,
I'm-
it's sort of a good spot for us to
Yeah.
to stop, and also it is when we usually would be stopping. The
Yeah, it's
session.
around the
Yeah.
time.
That's true.
all right.
no
Well,
worries.
that's up to you guys. But
Yeah. That's
either
okay.
way, I need to
Yeah.
go to bed because
Yeah.
For
I've
sure.
been awake for like 10% of this anyway.
Oh god.
Yeah, man. No worries.
That's okay.
Alright.
I
I
don't
feel that
remember much of
sometimes.
what we've actually done today, so
We'll give you the
okay.
summary
I'm
afterwards. Don't worry.
I'm gonna go to bed. All right.
Alright.
Good
Have a
night.
good night, Dale.
Alright.
Good night, Dale.
Sleep well.
On that note, then, I suppose we can call the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
That sounds good by me.
Sudden end to the
Until
stream,
next
but
time.
goodbye stream.
Bye, stream. Until next time. When we break into a house and hopefully don't die.
And commit crime. Woo!